The violin stopped mid-note. Laughter died in the air. Crystal glasses froze halfway to lips. Ethan Blackwood, billionaire, philanthropist, cover of every business magazine, stood in the middle of a candlelit Christmas gala and forgot how to breathe. Across the room, near the oversized tree glowing with gold ornaments, was the woman he erased from his life 3 years ago. Claire Monroe, his ex, standing calmly in a simple wool coat, and beside her, 2 identical little boys, matching curls, same eyes that looked exactly like his. Ethan's date leaned in, confused. "Ethan, are you okay?" He didn't answer, because one of the boys looked up, pointed at him, and whispered, "Mom, that's him. Stay with us. This Christmas secret is about to explode. Don't blink. Keep watching." 3 years earlier, Ethan Blackwood had chosen ambition over everything else. Power over patience. Silence over responsibility. Claire Monroe had loved him quietly, fully. She believed in late-night promises, whispered in penthouses and future plans, scribbled on hotel stationery. But when she told him she was pregnant, scared, honest, trembling, Ethan vanished behind lawyers and non-disclosure agreements. No calls, no explanations, just distance wrapped in money. Now, the Christmas gala glittered inside the Grand Aurora Hotel, New York's elite packed shoulder to shoulder, CEOs, investors, politicians, cameras everywhere. Claire stood among them like she didn't belong. But she did. She worked 2 jobs, raised twins alone, built a life from discipline and dignity. No bitterness, no demands. The boys, Lucas and Noah, held her hands tightly. They didn't know power. They knew truth. And tonight, truth had found Ethan Blackwood. Ethan's date, tall, flawless, wrapped in diamonds, leaned closer. "Do you know her?" she whispered. Ethan didn't answer, because Claire had finally looked up. Their eyes met. 3 seconds. That's all it took for memory to come crashing back. Hospital corridors he never walked. Messages he never opened. A future he paid to forget. The twins tugged at Claire's coat. "Mom," Lucas whispered, "why's that man staring?" Ethan stepped forward without thinking. Glasses stilled. Conversations thinned. Phones slowly rose. "Claire," he said, forcing a smile. "Wow, I didn't expect to see us alive?" She replied calmly. The words weren't loud, but they landed hard. People turned. Ethan glanced at the boys again. Same eyes, same jaw. Too precise to deny. His assistant whispered urgently into his ear. "Sir, the board chair is nearby. Cameras are rolling." Claire shifted her weight, instinctively placing herself between Ethan and the children. Protective. Measured. Ethan laughed. Too sharp. This isn't the place for misunderstandings. Claire reached into her coat. Not for money. Not for sympathy. She pulled out an envelope, creased, worn. Hospital documents, birth certificates, dates, names. Witnesses leaned in. "I never asked you for anything," Claire said. "You made sure of that." She looked around the glittering room. "But you don't get to pretend we don't exist." One of the twins spoke up, small voice, steady. "Mom, is he our dad?" The room stopped breathing. Ethan opened his mouth, and that's when the screens behind the stage flickered to life. The screens behind the stage lit up. Not holiday visuals, not snowfall or champagne ads. Medical records, time-stamped emails, a signed NDA. Gasps rippled through the room like a wave. Ethan turned slowly. His smile collapsed. On screen, a younger Claire in a hospital bed, alone, pale, holding 2 newborns. Time-stamped messages followed, sent, unread, sent again, ignored. Then audio. Ethan's voice, clear, cold. "I can't have this right now. Handle it. Make sure it disappears." Silence hit hard. Someone dropped a fork. The woman on Ethan's arm stepped away from him like she'd been burned. Claire didn't look at the screen. She watched Ethan. "You paid to erase us," she said quietly. Doctors, lawyers, silence. Ethan stammered. This is manipulated. I never—" The host of the gala stepped forward, shaken. These files were verified this morning. A board member stood. We reviewed them too. Ethan's knees buckled, not physically, but in the way power collapses when truth walks in. The twins stared at the screen. "That's Mommy," Oliver whispered. Ethan finally looked at them. Really looked. Not as liabilities, as sons. He reached out. Claire stepped back. "No," she said. One word, absolute. Applause didn't come. This wasn't entertainment. This was reckoning. A reporter shouted, "Mr. Hale, did you abandon your children?" Another voice, "Were hush payments made?" Cameras flashed. Ethan's assistant fled. Security didn't move, this time, not for him. Claire knelt in front of the twins, smiled softly. "Eyes on me." They obeyed. She stood again, taller than she'd ever been. "You don't get redemption on a holiday," she said. "You get accountability." The board chair spoke into a mic, voice shaking. "Effective immediately, Ethan Hale is removed pending investigation." The room erupted, not with cheers but with stunned murmurs. Ethan stood alone. No date, no allies, no story left to sell. Claire took the boy's hands. As she turned to leave, Ethan whispered, broken, "Claire, please." She paused. Didn't turn. Being a father starts before it's convenient. And she walked out into falling snow, while the doors closed behind her, sealing the moment forever. By Christmas morning, the world had changed. Not quietly, not gently. Headlines flooded every screen. Billionaire CEO removed after abandoning children. Holiday gala turns into corporate reckoning. Ethan Hale's companies froze his accounts pending investigation. Sponsors pulled out. Charities returned his donations, publicly. The power that once protected him evaporated overnight. Claire didn't read any of it. She was too busy making pancakes in a small kitchen that smelled like cinnamon and warmth. The twins sat at the table, feet swinging, laughing over spilled syrup. For the first time, they didn't whisper. They didn't look over their shoulders. They were just kids. Neighbors, people who had never known the full story, showed up with gifts. A teacher offered tutoring. A lawyer offered help, quietly, without cameras. Community filled the space money never could. Weeks later, a foundation was announced. Not in Ethan's name, in the twins, focused on single parents forced into silence, on women erased by power, on children treated like inconvenient secrets. Claire declined interviews. No book deal, no spotlight. Her strength wasn't loud. It never had been. On New Year's Eve, the twins asked her one question. "Did we do something wrong?" Claire knelt to their level. "No," she said. "You survived something wrong." Outside, fireworks cracked the sky. Inside, Claire held her sons close. Some people inherit wealth. Others inherit truth. And sometimes the greatest inheritance is this: the courage to stand in a room full of power and refuse to disappear, because dignity doesn't ask permission. And love always finds its way home.